Okay, class, in this video, we're going to go over some other options that AutoCAD provides for us to edit. Aside from the commands that we have gone over and the different tools that we have on the modify section. So there's other options that it has that AutoCAD provides to us, and we can find those and when we right click on our mouse. So right now, nothing's drawn, nothing's selected. It's just there's nothing on my screen, right? I didn't select anything. So if you right click on it, it's gonna give you some options here for you to look at. If you want to copy and paste, isolate, pan. Like somebody last time wanted to know like what pan was. Um, so all options you can find just by right clicking, zooming in, zooming out. You click and drag down. You zoom out. You click and drag in or drag up like this. Uh, Up or down on your mouse by clicking left click or holding left click. That's zoom. So zoom window, you can select what is it you want to select. So all those options, notice that they were given to us just by right clicking on our mouse. Okay. Um, so there's some options that we have here. We're going to look at right now at quick select properties. For those, we're going to see them when we click on something. So the reason for this video is the options that we have when we right click. Okay, but now let's go ahead and have something drawn so you can see the difference. So I'm going to draw a line here, and I'm just going to make it 4 by 4. Just make two lines here, 4 by 4. Notice that I'm using line. Now when you have something drawn, let me turn off the grid like that. So when you have something drawn, you can click on the actual in this case the line, and we discussed about the grips. This is called the grips. Okay, we discussed a couple of weeks ago that you can actually click on those and modify or make changes. We discussed that a couple of weeks ago. But also, if you right click, you can also access some of these tools that we have here. For example, I want to click on this grip and put right click. Notice that I have move, copy, scale, rotate. These options that we have here, um, I can access those tools from that point that I grip on that I selected. For example, if I want to use rotate, I can right click on that grip, rotate, and notice that it's gonna allow me to select my base point and rotate from there. So notice that I'm not going all the way over here. I can just click on the line, in this case, right click, and it's gonna give me some options. So you want to move it, I can select what I want to grab it from and put it wherever I want it. Okay. Again, let's do erase. That's how you can erase too. Okay. Copy. You want to copy this. So those options are there for your choosing. You can select some of those editing tools from here, or you can just right click when you select an object and you'll see them right here. Okay. Now there's some here that I want to go over, and then we're going to go over the properties. So that I want to go over. Let me open a drawing that actually no. Let's go over this first. So I'm gonna do this two are done with line. Okay, I'm gonna do another one using P line. So you can see the tool that I want to show you that you can access by right clicking on your mouse. And I'm gonna make a circle right here. So there's something called here. If I click on this line and put right click, there's something that says add selected. Okay, add selected. And what I'm doing again is clicking on the object. Right clicking is gonna give me the option, and I'm clicking on add selected. What that's gonna do is gonna allow me to draw something with that same properties that that line has, which in this case is just line. So if I here put add selected, notice that the add select specify first point, so it's gonna give me the tool or the properties that this line used. So notice that it was line, so I can do another line, and notice that it was done with line. Now why? Because I started I put add selected so to add something similar to this, okay, which is line. I'm going to do the same thing, but now notice it's a P line. If I put add selected And if I do this right here, notice that this one is going to be a P line. Okay, so these are fast tools you can just right click and select and activate and do. For example, let's say you want to do a circle, right? And you don't want to go all the way over here. You can just click on the circle, right click, add selected, and notice that I can do another circle. So in other words, what it does, it grabs whatever that entity was drawn with, it grabs the information that that entity has, and then it will let you do another one again. So again, these are just options. These are options. You can just come over here, or you can just right click and put add select. Okay, that's one of them that I want to show you. Let me show you some other ones. And for that, I'm going to open a little drawing that I have here. This one is drawn with different layers and different, yeah, different layers and different. We have different information here. So let's use those. For example, another option that we have, I'm going to grab that. In this case, that's a block. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to right click, and there's something here that says add or select similar. Okay, select similar. So I'm going to do that. I remember I grabbed one. If I put select similar, notice that it's going to grab all of them automatically throughout the sheet. See, so if I want to move all the room labels or room numbers, right? I'm sorry, not room numbers. All the doors and window sizes, I don't have to select one by one. I don't have to do that. You could, yes, you can, but it will be faster. We'll just click on one and put right click, select similar. Notice it's going to grab all of them, and I can move out all of them at once. See that? So these are pretty cool tools that you can use, and they're there just by right clicking. For example, the dimensions. Let's say you want to move the dimensions or turn them off. And we're going to do layers also. We're going to get them started this week. So you just by right clicking, if I put add select similar, it's going to grab me all the layers, and I can just move them, erase them, do whatever I want with them. Okay, so it's a pretty good tool. For example, the walls, you're going to grab all the walls. You click on that one, select similar, and it grabs all the walls. Now, what is it doing? What it's doing, it's every single object that you draw has its own particular properties. Okay, its own particular properties from the type of tool that you use to do that, the layer that you're using, um, the type of entity. It could be a block, it could be just text, it could be multi-line text, it could be dimensions. So everything we draw on AutoCAD has a distinct property associated with it. And so that's what it's doing. And now with that in mind, before I go into the properties itself, there's some other things here that I want to point out. The select opposite does what you expect for it to do. One of them is this one here. It's draw order. Okay, for example, I'm gonna use this right here. I'm gonna grab this text and I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, notice right now how the green lines are on top of this text right here. You can see them how they run in front of it. So that means that even though they're flat on Z, on Z, they're on zero, both of them. So they're flat on zero on Z. Well, still this one is on top. The lines are on top of the text. If you want to make a change and change that, you can just click on that entity, right click, group order. In this case, I'm going to put send to back. Oh, I guess this because it's a text. Let me just try. Let me see. I'm sorry. This one was this is sent to back. I'm sorry, it's the wrong one. So send the lines, order, send to back. See? Do you see it? How now you don't see those lines? So it was sent to the behind this text. All right. So that's how you can go back and forth, even though both of them are in zero on Z. You can still play on the order of them. So I'll do it again so you can see again. If you want to see the lines going in front of the text, grab the text, right click, order, send to back, or bring to front, whichever you want to select. Notice how now you can see the lines. So you can play around with that. You can that's something that it does. Now the next one that I want to show you, and is going to be something that is going to be very helpful for you, and it's the properties. Now the properties, it's I showed you right now what it did. When I grabbed this one, it put select similar. It was grabbing the properties because everything we have drawn has a very specific properties in itself, being a line, p line, dimension, text, whatever it is, it has very distinct properties. So if you right click, okay, select something and right click. I'm gonna grab that text, right click. If you go towards the bottom, the last one says quick properties. If you open that, you click on it, this is gonna open. Now it's gonna give you the properties. Oops, I escaped it. It's gonna give you the properties, okay, of whatever you select. Okay, for example, I can see it opens once. Okay, so for example, you want to know the properties of this door right here. You want to know what is the information that door has. Okay, now, and then if I go to quick properties, notice it tells me that's a block reference. Okay, the layer, it varies because we have text and lines, and the name also varies. Well, it's a block, just a little bit different. Let's do just like dimension. I'm gonna grab that dimension, go to quick properties, and it tells me here the information that goes into that. It is a dimension, rotated dimension. Is it associative? No. What dimension style is it? It's R64. Annotative? No. What it measures? 8 feet 8 inches. So it gives me information about that I selected. If I get the room names, quick properties, it tells me it's a block reference and gives me all the information. So everything we draw, let's say we grab this line here, right click, properties, what is it? Okay, it's a line, gives me the layer, gives me the color of the layer, the line type, and the length. Okay, so it gives you information about it, and the information is very limited. Okay, you can still make some changes here, and I'm going to show you that on the other one. So that's very limited. Okay, so that's quick properties. It's going to show you like very basic properties of that you select. Again, this is going to be very helpful, guys, when you start drawing. But there's another one, and this one you might want to have open. It's called properties. Okay, it's right above it. So one of them is quick properties, the other one is properties. So the properties, as you can see, it gives you a lot more information of whatever you have selected, and those you can have them open. Notice mine, there it's docked on the left side, and if I start drafting, you can see you still see here on the left side, see, but it goes away. That's what it. So it's not on my way, but when I need it, I can just hover, and it's gonna open. Now notice right now nothing selected, so it says no selection. But as soon as I select something, if I select that, block reference, gives me the layer, the color, the line type scale, all this information that gives me from just that I selected, the dimension, or that room name, it gives me all the information that goes into it. Okay, for example, click on the door, it gives me the information that I need. If it's a dimension, I click it, it gives me all the information. See, all that information, those are the properties. Okay, these are the properties that he has. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video here. I'm going to come back and we're going to go over properties, and we're going to go over also how to match and change the properties through this palette right here.